Hello, Terry here, Hot Wrench Fabrication. Got another one in the shop today. Working on this little drift car, 240. Customer's complaint is it's overheating when she's romping on it, so we're going to take a look at that and install a water system for the radiator. It's going to spray water on there. So sit back and hope you enjoy the video, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so just looking at things, get a little bit of restriction on air. So obviously air is designed to go straight through all these fins. So this is the intercooler, which is getting plenty of air. But then back behind there is the radiator. So when the hood's down, it comes down to here, so you're getting air through here, and then whatever air goes through your intercooler. So if your intercooler is already hot because you're running a lot of boost, then you got hot air blowing onto the radiator, and it's also restricted. So that's just the nature of the beast. I mean, it is what it is. Air is meant to go through there straight, but on a drift car, you're constantly sideways all the time. So now you have air coming in at this angle, right? So it's going in and it's hitting these fins at an angle, and then it has to make a turn and try and go through there. So that's why we're going to hook up this air spraying system. Did a little bit of research, and they have water sprayers, not air sprayer, water sprayers for intercoolers. They thought that they can cool them down and make them run better. They don't really make those anymore. I guess they didn't work out all that great. But the customer said that some people are still running these to cool their radiators down. So the most common thing is to get an old windshield washer system, or even a new one. They're only like 15 bucks on Amazon, and it comes with the tank, the squirter, the pump, and everything. One of the issues with that is that it sprays two little streams, kind of like a V, and that's it. So you got two nozzles squirting two little streams, and it's not really atomizing very well. So what I did was I bought an outdoor misting system. It comes with plenty of plastic tubing. Comes with a whole bunch of nozzles. So I got 6 nozzles that I could screw in and put in anywhere I want. Nice heavy duty pump with the transformer. So we just have to get a super long extension cord that can go all the way around the track, and she should be in good shape. Or maybe put a generator in the trunk. Yeah, not really. So this is a 12 volt pump. So 12 volts. It'll work from 9 to 14.4, 60 watt pump. So I don't need the transformer to plug in. I already got 12 volt battery power. So this system is going to work out pretty good. Bought this tank. Looked a little bit bigger when I saw it on Amazon. But we'll see if it's going to work out. I got to kind of see where I'm going to put it. I can put it in the trunk. There's plenty of room. But it might be kind of nice under the hood. That way she doesn't have to pop the trunk every time, open the hood to cool the motor down. Then you can just check this and fill it back up. So that is what I'm going to install today. Put the pump on and the lines, and I'm probably going to squirt the intercooler also, since I have 6 jets. Might as well. I'm going to mist the intercooler and mist the radiator. So the water itself is not going to cool it down. It's the evaporation that's going to help to draw some of the heat out of there. So hopefully it works. It's worth a try. As you can see, not really a lot of room in here. It's pretty tight. So I put it in the back, right there. Just made a little bracket. Still got to clean it up and powder coat it, but it was conveniently a nice good sized bolt right there. And I put the hose on there already and got this screwed down. Now I just got to run the line up here, figure out where I'm going to put it, and then put the squirters up here, figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm going to build a frame, or if there's something already on here that I can bolt to. That's the next step. Alright, so we got 3 squirters here, hanging with just some zip ties. I think that'll hold it pretty good. I could probably put one more on each one of these. And they're kind of angled down, so when it mists out, it should cover 3 good patterns there. And then, can't really see it from here, but I have the same thing on the radiator. And then I just ran the hose through this hole that's already there. And then put some little A-dale clamps on there. A-dale clamp on there. She has underglows on here that are screwed in and zip tied, so I just zip tied it to that. And then the wire for the underglows has a grommet on there, and it actually fit perfect right up in there. Now we'll get into the trunk and connect it, and all I got to do is the wiring. It's almost done. Alright, so now it's time to wire it up. I got my connection all done back here. Little hose is hooked up. Got to run some wire ties inside. That's all done. So how do we figure out how we're going to hook this up, and then what size wire and what size fuse? Well, a little hard to read it on here, but it says 60 watts. So how do we figure out amps from watts? You just simply divide your watts by your voltage, which is 12 volts. So the box that it came with is rated at 72 watts. So 72 divided by 12 is 6 amps. So if you look right here, it says 6 amps. So the actual pump is 60 watts, so that's 5 amps. So there's lots of charts on the old interweb that show what wire size, but the wires that they have on there are tiny. These are, I believe they're 22 gauge. It actually has it printed on there, which is kind of hard to see. So I'm going to use the original plug on one side and then just run my power and ground. Hopefully they go by red as power and black as ground, but I'm going to test that because you don't want your pump running backwards. So we have some capability of voltages down there. We put this panel in there before. Hold please. You guys probably can't see that because I can't see that. So we got different connection points, so it's going to be pretty easy to wire up. Oh, sorry for the clinking and clanking. I need a cameraman. All right, there we go. So we got fuses and places for wires to come out to give power. We have this little panel right here. So pretty sure she doesn't have a welder. So I think the welder is the spare. I think all these were actually spares, but I'll check them out. Figure out which one of those probes it goes to, because I think all the open ones are available to hook this up. And then all she has to do is push that button and then the pump should work. So I can literally use whatever size wire I have. If I go a little bit bigger than 22 gauge, that's not the end of the world. Obviously you don't want to go smaller, but a tiny bit bigger. If I go 18 gauge, that'll be just fine. So we'll get to hooking this thing up and see if it works. All right, she's done. This is mounted nice and solid. Powder coated the bracket, bolted it on there. Pump is there. Put a ground here. Already had some ground, so I just put it on there and then ran that wire along with the rest of the wires. Goes down along through there and then plugs in to the one, I don't know, I can't see that. Anyway, there's one spot open right there for the wire, and then it's going to be on that switch right there. So let's give it a go. Oh, can't reach. Oh, I hear pumping. Oh yeah, he's working like a champ. So nice big mist. That's misting out real nice. So when she's hauling butt, this will be, this one's a little plugged already. When she's hauling butt, that'll mist all over the intercooler, and then it'll go back in there. Those are misting perfectly. Not really dripping a whole lot. Yeah, it's dripping a little bit. A lot of that's gonna be dried up as she's going. I mean, it's still 100 degrees here in Phoenix, so it's kind of loud though. I have to do a test to see how long I didn't fill that up. Probably was halfway or so. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's definitely working. So I guess the only thing now is to see if it actually works going down the track. Can't really test it here. I had one nozzle that's already plugged. Seems like it's dripping. Might have got a little bit of schmutz in there. Well, the holes are so tiny it doesn't take much. I'll clean it out. But it works. I'm happy. Alright, another one back on the track. She's all done. Can't really test the system other than just operate it, but it seems to work. So I think she has a meet next weekend. So I will wait for an answer back and see if it works. But this was a short little video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.